Ho, 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 and welcome back. No, what's up? Stupid.
Ho, 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 bitches.
Yeah, okay. Ho, 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 and welcome back to the Different Lands podcast. My name is Juan Felipe Sierra. I've been in the entertainment industry for the past 14 years, and this is
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
I'm Daniel. Welcome to this festive time of Christmas. It's fun. It's a Christmas time. It's one of my favorite times of the whole entire year. And I'm Daniel. You should nerd. And I love Christmas. So Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Christmas. So welcome back to another episode.
All right,
Today
Chris
we're gonna
Tucker,
be-
relax. Christmas.
We're gonna be talking about Christmas, the festivities, and everything, and
Christmas episodes, Christmas movies, Christmas music.
culture.
Yeah.
How we grew up. We're both Colombian.
Yes,
From the same exact place.
Yes, sir.
But I think we had some differences on the way that we experience our Christmases in Colombia and stuff like that.
Right, because Daniel's family is from a different region from where my family is from. If you're Colombian, so where's your family from?
So my family from my mom's side is mostly from El Chocó.
Mm-hmm.
Then they grew up basically in Medellin, and then now they're situated in between Bogota and Cali. So yeah, and for a very long time, they were also, my grandma was in Pereira. My dad's side is from Bucaramanga, but they're basically from Bogota.
Okay.
They all live in Bogota
Yeah,
forever.
my dad's side is from Tolima, and from my mom's side is Santander, which is very like, rrr. So that's why we had very different experiences, is because where our families come from dictates a lot of the culture that we grew up in. Even though we're from the same part of the country, the way that we interacted with our families and the way that our families had the festivities were very different.
All right, let's get started. My
Yes,
first
sir.
question, which is here, right, in America, which when we look at Christmas, when we look at everything that has to do with Christmas, right, we obviously have a very big presence with like the holidays, Santa Claus, and then the movies as well, right?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people do like the 12 days before Christmas sort of thing, like they start watching movies.
14 days of
14?
Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. And they also start watching like movies before Christmas, like Home Alone, which
Yeah.
is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
One of the most questionable but also a Christmas movie is Die Hard.
I don't
And that's
know.
what I was going to ask.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. First of all, it came out in July. Second of all, the lead actor, fucking Bruce Willis, said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Because a lot of people say it is.
I don't care. If the main actor of the movie says, hey, this is not a Christmas movie,
So what do
And
you
period.
think people call it a Christmas movie?
because it's set on Christmas.
I mean, yeah, I know it's set on Christmas, but like, is it just because of that?
Basically.
Hmm.
It has, that's the thing. It also has none of the typical Christmas cheer or Christmas lessons or Christmas, like,
Oh, it's about
feeling.
bad guys and shit. So
It's about shooting, like
Yeah.
a cop shooting bad guys. So,
yeah. The whole point is, regardless, is the whole they consider that one a Christmas movie, but then
it's
you have
not.
Elf.
Elf
which
is a Christmas movie.
pretty fun movie.
Yeah.
It's actually a very fun movie. The Grinch.
Even though
The Grinch.
even though I'm not a huge fan of Will Ferrell,
Mm-hmm.
Elf is one of those movies that I'm like, okay, he was very funny in that.
Now let's talk about a little bit of a traditional
Yeah.
thing, right? That
Yeah.
goes on to it. Is there any traditional? Let's just start with movies. Is there any traditional movie that here you continue to watch or you've watched for a long time that like maybe you can always watch in Christmas that makes you feel kind of like it's Christmas time? Is there a movie that makes you feel like that?
Home Alone, I think Home Alone is one of those movies that I'm like, it's Christmas. It's nice. Yeah, basically it. Because I don't really watch movies in Christmas
Okay.
or during Christmas season. Or maybe like Rudolph or something like that. Like
Okay,
Rudolph the
a
Red-Nosed
classic.
Reindeer. Yeah.
Classic. Okay.
Something like that. Or and even like like Christmas episodes in like different TV shows and shit. So
That's
like,
what I was gonna say. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
like-
mostly what I watch.
yeah.
Like special edition. I think a few years ago they had the special edition of like the Guardians of the Galaxy one,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I have any movie that I'm like that I'm ready to watch every single Christmas, but I'm definitely up to watching movies on Christmas. Like anytime, like leading up to, like
Oh,
getting on the spirit. It's kind of like Halloween, where like in Halloween I'm like I want to watch scary movies the whole entire
Nightmare.
month.
No, to me, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. That is
For-
the ultimate Halloween movie for me.
I just love anything that has to do with Halloween movies and stuff like that for Halloween, like horror movies.
Oh,
So I like just sit down on the weekends and just watch horror
We
movies.
already had a conversation about this in a previous episode.
Yes. for Christmas, I guess I could say the same thing. Like, I would just want to watch one. And for me, one of those ultimate movies that makes me feel like Christmas, that I'm like, Christmas is here. And it's just so funny, but is The Grinch.
Oh, yeah.
Because
The Grinch is awesome.
The original Grinch with Jim Carrey, I grew up watching it. I watched it in Spanish and I watched it in English. And I still love it to this day. It's one of the best Christmas movies. I think a lot. I mean, it's fantastic.
To be able to meet Mario Castañeda, who voiced the Grinch in 1995, 6,
I don't remember when it came out. It's a long time ago.
and to hear him, like, because we were talking about that movie at some point, and he goes 1200 contar mi dinero, 1200 no sé qué, no ir a la fiesta. So and then yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah,
in
it's
Spanish, man, it hit different for sure.
Movies in Spanish just hit different. To me, they're funnier in Spanish.
It's because we also grew up. That's like the first exposure to some of these movies that like we grew up watching it, and for us that is where it was at. Instead of like when we watch it in English, it just doesn't hit.
There's a lot of cultural references.
It's like Shrek. For me, Shrek in Spanish is miles better.
10 times better.
Possibly because we grew up with that to the point where like now the English version is not like that's the original, sure, but the Spanish one sounded so good.
Oh yeah, no, like to me
the jokes, the way. But again, I think it's because
that definitely could be.
Again, the Grinch also in Spanish just hits so much different. It's like it's so good.
That to me, like, it could be very much a factor, but I also think that the writing in Spanish is sharper. It's just it gets to the point quicker. Like, it doesn't fluff around. And for example, with Shrek, with a movie like Shrek, I've never found Mike Myers funny outside of the Austin Powers movies. I just never thought he was funny. But the way that they did it in Spanish, and the way that Emilio Derbez, he was able to change the script to fit the kind of jokes that he knows. Eugenio.
Look at me correcting you.
God,
it took me almost a year to finally correct you.
Singing you a lifetime, brother. Savor that moment. It's gonna take you another lifetime.
That was my Christmas present to myself.
You're welcome. The fact that he was able to switch the contents of the script to be able to fit the kind of jokes that he knows really tell really, really well. Because at the end of the day, he told the people, the producers, like, I will do it, but I want to do it my way. And the way that he did it was spectacular.
Which we talked about this a few episodes ago, a long time ago, when we discussed about the jokes not hitting the same in English to Spanish. So like they had to like tweak a little bit because some jokes here in English are not going to work in Spanish because there's things in Spanish that, or like in Hispanic countries or Latin countries or South American countries or whatever, there are just jokes that you're not going to understand because
it, like, once you translate it from one language to another, there's a lot of things that they get lost in translation, and not even just language-wise, also culturally, because jokes that land in America may not land in Australia, may not land in the UK.
That's what I'm trying to refer to. Yeah. Like the culture is different. So those jokes that they make here is just definitely not going to hit in in Colombia or Mexico or Argentina. You know, this is jokes like that are not going to hit there.
Yeah.
And same thing with like making a joke in a Hispanic movie, like a Spanish movie, sorry. And they're just not going to have the same cultural
reference or importance. Yeah.
Or importance. Exactly. Like watching a movie like Y Tu Mamá También, I'm sure like maybe some things from that culturally are really different. Here. So I think definitely like movies. I don't know. I don't also tend to watch a lot of movies for Christmas. However, what I do is listen to music.
Oh, yes.
So what are some songs that to this day you're still, it's like, man, it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. If you don't know these songs, it's okay. We're going to put a little bit so we don't get a copyright stricken, but we're going to leave the names at the bottom. We're going to
like 2 seconds of it.
So these are very Colombian songs, like for the most part. So the king, for me, the king of Christmas, Rodolfo Icardi.
Okay.
Bro, fucking tus besos son los que me... And there's a radio station in Colombia called Olímpica. Ever since September 1st hits.
You've probably seen that joke somewhere.
Oh, yes. And if you follow my social media, you've heard that a few times. Desde septiembre se siente que llega diciembre. That song is also one, for me, it's full December. That's Los Majaguales de los Corraleros. No.
You know, like I think I mentioned it. I don't know the names. but I know the songs. Like I grew up listening to the songs, but I never like learned the names of the people.
No, the song is called Los Majaguales. Or up here, so you could see it.
Yeah, I'm like, here's
The bus.
little beautiful.
No, the bus. That's actually my mom. As soon as I told my mom that we're gonna do a Christmas episode, she goes, "You better get that bus." I'm like, "All right," because she loves those Volkswagen buses. There's there's a coffee company called Café Sello Rojo. The motherfucking felicidad.
It's a classic.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic. That's like so nostalgic.
Oh yeah. Because that song has been in the air for 40 years.
You know what's so funny to me? That people here complain so much about like Mariah Carey and like the same songs for Christmas. But
And we're like,
but we are the same exact way. We're like putting the same songs from like the freaking
the
80s, 70s.
Yeah.
And we're still putting them to this day. And we're like, every single Christmas they start like sounding from like the very beginning. And you're just like, it's Christmas.
No,
it's Christmas.
but
Not even. It's like November already started.
Yeah, already. But even then, like the Café Sello Rojo one,
yeah,
it's classic and it brings that nostalgia. It's not so like woo, but it's like
this is a commercial, no?
It's 100% a jingle. It's a jingle, but at the same time, it evokes that.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about. My head is just. No, you know how like the little monkey with the little thing?
Oh, because I'm going like this.
No. But in my head right now, I'm just thinking, "Con mi burrito sabanero camino de." It's like the only thing in my head right now. You're talking, I'm just like.
No, but that Café Sello Rojo one is like brings the comfort of home, like the warmness of just like But also, this is more of like
and this is culture. Like,
yeah,
this
is
a
culture.
It's a whole different culture, and this is something we grew up
Again,
with.
this is extremely Colombian. So even if you're Hispanic, if you're from Mexico, you're not gonna have an idea what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're just trying to share a little bit of culture for you, of our culture. But the last one, the last song of the year for me, for New Year's is Las campanas de la iglesia están sonando.
Okay, yes, I know which one that is.
It's a song from like the 50s, and it like you hear it's like, but he's like, it's so good.
For
it's so good.
So because I grew up with my family, right, with the different places that they grew up, for me the a lot of the stuff that I would hear, right, aside from the typical songs, it's like a lot of salsa, right? So we would listen to a lot of salsa because it was a very festive moment where there's a lot of people in my family that would come together and they would be dancing, they would be drinking. So obviously
there's
salsa,
heavy drinking.
Salsa is one of those things that people would like dance to a lot. So we used to listen to a lot of salsa. We would listen to a lot of vallenatos, right?
Oh,
with
hell yeah.
aguardiente and stuff like that. And also...
Pause. Los Corraleros de Majagual, the song is called Los Sabanales.
Los Sabanales.
Yeah. Cuando llega la... Okay, anyways.
Yeah, but you have that. But then one of the most... The things that, like, for me, like, cemented this is Christmas is los villancicos.
Oh, yeah.
La natilla, el buñuelo. Those moments is like... My mouth is like natilla
I'm salivating right now thinking of natilla and buñuelos. Oh yeah. And in my family,
villancicos are that's Christmas over there, man.
In my family, what we used to do when we were making buñuelos is like a dough that you deep fry it.
It has cheese.
It has cheese, but it's like a ball. It's basically. So my family, what we used to do
Photo will be right here somewhere.
It would be like with a fork. We would do our initials.
Oh, okay.
So like I would do like J, my sister would do A, but another cousin also had A. So they would put like A-N for Ana Lucia and the other one A-L for Alexander. And C and N. So like we would put our initials and then we would just fry them.
For me, los villancicos has always been like that thing that I'm like, man, it's
so
las
awesome. Novenas.
It's crazy because I'm not religious.
Yeah.
But I could sit down through a whole novena and I'm like okay with it because it's just.
Dude, I'm an atheist and I sit through novenas because they're awesome.
And because they have food, they have buñuelitos.
No, and not even that. It's since we grew up with that.
It's our culture.
Yeah, it's part of our identity of who we are. And the fucking villancicos are the best.
Mi burrito sabanero camino de Belén.
Ven, ven, ven. Ven a nuestras almas, Jesús. Ven, 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 ven. And there was always the one with the tambourine. Ven a nuestras almas.
Every single year.
Time. It's every single time.
If you're Colombian, you know exactly what we're talking about. It's every single time.
And it's always like either the drunk uncle or the cousin that thinks it's funny.
Or also a kid. The kids are
Oh,
just
the
like
kids
going crazy with the
Yeah.
things. I was one of those.
Oh, me too.
That I was go at the end like,
I was a cousin that thought it was funny.
I think that's one of the most beautiful things about this type of period, like this time of the year, which is everybody celebrates so much differently, right? Every
Yeah.
culture has its own way of doing it. And I think it's such an awesome thing because everybody has developed culturally has developed like their own, like, I guess, rituals of like
Yeah.
going like celebrating for Christmas and everything. And it's fun, right? Like you see the movies here in America where it's like it's snowy outside and you see like the fire and then you see the tree and then you
Maybe
see
it's
stuff.
cold outside. I
You know,
want
but
to go
when you
away.
come in, when I was little and I watched movies like that, and I was like, man, like I just want to see it. And then, I came to America, and it isn't like that always. Like it's not like that because, for example, here in Florida, we don't have snow, so it's like we don't have fireplaces. Some people some people might have some fireplaces here in Florida,
But they're
we
fake
don't really-
fireplaces.
we don't need it. So it's not like we're gonna have like that moment where like the snow it's outside and it's like cold and everybody comes in the house with the hot chocolate. We can still have hot chocolate, but it's still pretty hot outside.
It's fucking, yeah.
So in our winter, we're still at like,
like- it's
60
like
something,
60s.
almost 70 degrees. So it's not like, you feel that. And there's no snow. But like, for example, I've been to New York during
Mhm.
Christmas. Well,
Mhm.
when they're setting up for Christmas, not during Christmas. And it's awesome because that moment when I saw everything kind of like the movies, like the
Yeah.
decorations everywhere and everything, the lights, the Rockefeller, with the gigantic tree that they put, is a giant tree. That was a moment that like,
You're like, yes, my childhood is complete.
yeah. Like the chemistry in my brain was like, it was like a moment like that because
Yeah.
you see that so much in the movies growing up, especially for people who don't live here in the United States. It's something you see a lot in the movies that you come in and you're like, wow, like that was cool to see.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily is going to be like mind blowing to the point where you're like, that changed my whole existence, but it's like, wow, like I finally got something to check, be like, oh wow, that I got to see a Christmas day like the movies.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in some instances a lot of places are still having Christmas like that, like the giant tree and their homes with the fire and everybody's just kind of cozied up in the fire.
Look, when I lived in LA, I was around Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that everybody told me to do is go to Big Bear. And I couldn't that year. But I really want to
okay.
go to Big Bear because Big Bear is like a mountain, but it's like a snowy mountain.
Oh, okay.
So people
okay.
have the cabins, people have the trees, the decorations. Like I really want to go to like that level of like, because I think New York would be cool just for the optics of it, but that cozy, warm, like Christmas, like I want to go to Big Bear and just go to a cabin.
I would love to see that too because New York is more like you see the movies like people are walking with the big coats and everybody's cold. They have the little coffee, they have the ear warmers, and it's like kind of like what you see in the movies, right? Like the big coats, the warmers, and just kind of walking. Everybody's just cold as fuck.
with the gloves.
Yeah, everybody's just cold as fuck. Everybody in the middle of like it's Times Square, and then you see like the Santa Claus like with spandex or like with like a little thong in the middle of like Times Square just taking photos with people.
He's like,
man.
He's like, oh, motherfuckers.
I'm like, man, it's like 30 degrees outside. What are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but they do it for the photos.
Yeah,
that's what they do. And then they come in and they're like taking a photo with you, and then they're like, it's gonna be $70 for that photo, and you're like, I didn't ask you for the photo, and they're like, but you took it. Now you owe me money, and you're like, what?
They're like, you
What?
took it.
Yeah, no, that's how they are. Like they'll take a photo with you, and then they charge you, and you're like, I didn't ask you for the photo.
Damn.
You were posing next to me. Every time I've gone to New York, I even go to New York for work. I usually try to do a good deed because there's a lot of homeless people there too. And so I usually try to do a good deed. Like I try to like feed someone. I try to buy food for somebody. And every single time I've gone to New York, I've done the same exact thing. I don't know. It's just the thing that I do. Like, for example, last time I was there for work, there was a guy at the airport and he just asked me, he's like, man, can you buy me a coffee? And like asking for money is one thing because you don't never know what they're going to use it for.
Yeah.
But like someone asking for food, it's like something that I'm like,
yeah,
I will get you food.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. For me, it's like, even if it costs me $20, if somebody's asking me for food, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That is something that I can get behind instead of just being like, can I just get money? Can I just get $5? I don't know what you're going to do with your $5. Most likely you could do something not so good.
Yeah, you can get high and just keep going in your cycle of destruction. But that's why my grandmother used to tell me, like, never give anybody money. If they want food, I'll feed you. There was one time, you just reminded me, there was one Christmas, actually, that I spent in Colombia in a little town called Melgar. Because we used to have, like, a house there. there was a homeless guy passing by, and he goes, "Oh, I'm hungry, I'm hungry." And she goes, "All right, sit, I'll feed you." She goes, "No, can you just like give me $20?" And she goes, "No, I'll feed you. I'll make a plate for you."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Listen," and he just went off and goes, "Listen, you crazy bitch."
Yeah.
And look, I am 31. My grandma is like 80 something. I'm terrified of that woman. Back then, she was about to kick this guy's ass.
I'm
And the
sure.
guy like ran off.
I'm sure.
And my grandma looked at me. She goes, "That's why that's why you don't give them money. If they're hungry, feed them. If they're thirsty, give them a drink.
Yeah.
Don't ever give them money." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah, I mean, that guy, for example, just asked me for a coffee.
Yeah.
And then the moment he asked me for a coffee, I was like, "Do you want something to eat as well?" And he was like, "Man, please, that would be great." And I was like, "You know what?
Yeah.
Ask for whatever you want. You want
That's
a bagel? You want a croissant? You want a sandwich?" And he's like, "Man, anything."
You want a bacon, egg, and cheese?
He's like, "Anything, just anything, any food." And you could tell that he was going through some rough time and everything. But instead of asking for money, he just asked me for food. So I gave him a coffee, and then I gave him I bought him also a sandwich, and he left, and he was.
You slap him in the ass. Get out.
I remember like the lady's like, "I don't have black coffee right now," because it was just like, I think it was like 9 p.m. I had just gotten into the airport, and then he was like, "I don't have black coffee right now. I gotta make some." And he's like, "You're Starbucks and you have no coffee." And the lady's
and you're like, "All right, dog."
The lady's like, "I had to make new one because obviously at this time we don't usually sell black coffee." He's like, "So how long is it gonna take?" And I was like, "Whatever." And I looked at the lady. I'm like, "I'm sorry, but I still want to buy something for him." So I ended up spending, I don't even know. Starbucks is expensive as balls. It was like,
especially in New York.
it was like $15 for a coffee, like a black coffee and something. But like it's a good deed, and like I always, like I said, every time I go to New York, it's like kind of like a thing for me. Is like I'm gonna get somebody. Like I've been on the for example, when you take the subway, I usually when I see somebody there, I just give something. I don't know. It's like a tradition sort of thing for me.
Good.
Like just give
It's a healthy
$5.
tradition. Like it's a healthy tradition. Like I think it's actually quite beautiful.
Yeah, it's like even if it's $5, it doesn't matter something for someone.
Yeah. Christmas is Christmas. It's a beautiful thing, even though like there's a lot of commercial side to it, and there's a lot of like buy.
I think that's here in America. It's like, well, it's everywhere, but I think here is like
it's consumerism to a nasty degree.
It's anything you do and anything you move and look at here it's incredibly like a big, like, sure, you have that, like, for example, in Colombia you have that too, but like I feel like people prioritize is like just spending time and like just partying. Like they just, December is like a month that everybody's almost like entirely off. Like
in
everybody's,
Colombia? Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking to Colombia.
Yeah.
Like most people are just like celebrating since like the beginning of the month, so they prioritize like partying and celebrating and stuff. Like here I feel like everybody's so like prioritizing so much like
just money, make money, like,
make money, and like
work and
closing the quarters and like all right, like these are the gifts for your whole entire family, and everybody's just like trying to find like ways to pay for it and shit like that. Like it becomes like a chore instead of like, okay, even if I don't have the gifts, I'm ready to celebrate. Like I'm just gonna get drunk every single weekend with my family. We're just gonna have games every single weekend, and I'm sure some people do that, and good for you guys if you do, because it's fantastic. But yeah, like I feel like that's one of those things that like happens a lot here. And even then, like, I don't feel like, sometimes it's hard to make it feel like it's Christmas, because like at least here from what I've seen, again, depends I guess where you live, there's that, like, I feel like everybody's just kind of having the Christmas on their own, which is
very much.
It's
there's a lot of loneliness
compared to, for example, again, and we're just making reference to Colombia because we're both Colombian, but in Colombia it's like you celebrate with your neighbors, you drink with your neighbors, you become like really good friends with your neighbors. And I'm sure like it happens to a degree here, but I feel like everybody's more like this family celebrates and this family celebrates, and that's it. Like your family is gonna probably celebrate just with themselves, like that's it, right? I'm probably gonna celebrate with my family, and that's about it. But it's not like, like I'm gonna tell you like, hey, bring your family together and we're gonna meet at a house and you guys all sleep over and like tell somebody else's family and we all just do it.
Yeah, that's another thing that I think happens much more in Colombia than here. And it's that sense of like when everybody lived in the block, everybody knew each other from the block.
La cuadra.
La cuadra. And everybody, like each person knew each other's families. They've been like entire family lines on those houses. Yeah. So when I go to Colombia for Christmas, which I haven't gone in years, when I go to Colombia on Christmas, it's that sense of everybody coming in together. Everyone coming in together for that cuadra is the family.
Yeah. Bro, remember La Noche de las Velitas?
Oh, La Noche December 8th, yeah.
Or 7th? Is it 7 or 8? La Noche de las Velitas is basically like a night where everybody just brings out like little candles and just light up the candles. And
They light them up on the street.
yeah. But like on the block, on La Cuadra, you see all the families and the kids coming outside and then just lighting all the abelitas, and all the kids will be playing with each other. You know, the families will be talking to each other. Like moms start talking to all the other moms. And then it's just like a moment where everybody's kind of like around the same time, everybody's outside con las velitas. And you look at the window and be like, Ma, ya salieron. They're outside. We got to go out with the fucking velitas. The motherfucking velitas.
and
Belites.
the bleeds. And the
I used
mom
to tell my mom.
and the moms would be like, "Stop running! You're gonna burn yourself! Fuck!" You're
Yeah.
like,
And like
Merry Christmas.
in Pereira, the block that we had in Pereira had like little stairs. Like it was one of those blocks that like.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
had
yeah.
the it's
So
beautiful.
we just used to put like velitas on the stairs, so you see like almost a whole stairs going up was just filled with velitas from like the kids running
that's
around and stuff
awesome.
like that. And they used to put them big ass pesebre. El pesebre
El
también.
pesebre, yeah. The way that in Melgar it used to be is that they would do the chalk on the street of like, and it was a professional doing it, like painting it professionally, like Santa Claus and a snowman and a reindeer. Even though in that town it doesn't. It doesn't. and it was like a giant like slope. So you would see like the figures go up and all the candles all go all the way down. And I just found it beautiful.
It's very different. And me growing up here, I've noticed, because we basically also grew up here. Most of our life now has been spent here, So growing up here in the United States it's been a beautiful thing. I've loved growing up here too. Right, to a degree, it's just very different, and I've loved kind of coming in and seeing, one of the best things that I can say about living here in the United States has been is the amount of cultures, a melting pot of cultures. And despite everything that has gone down this past year, one of the most beautiful things is being able to meet so many people from different cultures and with so many different traditions, completely different, right? Like you have people from Venezuela that have the happy birthday singing for like four minutes straight singing.
Their song legitimately is 4 minutes, and then they do the regular happy birthday, and then they start singing like the actual songs for like the happy birthday songs that are actually published music.
Yeah. And so it's like, you have that, and then obviously the different foods that they have for Christmas. Same thing with like meeting cultures, like other cultures like Mexico and like the cultures that they have even here, right? People from America, right? Seeing like the way that they cherish so much the Christmas too as well. Like they cherish it even if they spend it more with the families. It's like a very familiar time for them. It's also it's something like they're huge on the gifts and everything, and it's really nice. It's nice, like the decorating around. It's cool. So I think is one of the things that I mostly appreciate of growing here is also being able to be exposed to other people and how they celebrate it.
Oh yeah,
because in Colombia we're like, this is the way we celebrate, and everybody celebrates like that every single
year.
But then here
which is a great way to celebrate.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But then you come here and then you're like, okay, there's so many other ways people are celebrating this special moment, and it's like, wow, very cool. It's a nice experience. It's a beautiful experience that makes me feel very thankful of the opportunity of being here.
And like in Colombia, and I'm guessing that in many other parts of the world, people understand Christmas because of the movies that Americans have made.
Yeah.
So I just remembered another movie. I forgot the name of it, but I think it's called the Last Gift of I don't remember, but it's with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
where he's like Turbo Man.
Turbo Man,
Yeah.
dude. That's one of the best movies.
That's a great movie. And I was thinking about it because all the gifts, like the fact that, he goes around and he's like, I want to get the Turbo Man. But like that sense of Christmas, I thought it was awesome. And the fact that he punches like a Santa in the face or something, like it's awesome.
That it's kind of nostalgic. It's good and bad,
Yeah.
right? In the sense of nostalgia, like the fact that back in the time, like when we had that movie, like you could only go to the store and get that.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you have Amazon, you have online, you can, like that toy that everybody wanted is not necessarily now that is going to be limited to that store.
Yeah,
like
that's special.
that you're not going to find it only in that store, and then you're not going to find it anymore. Like you go to the mall and you only found it there.
I think we're about to sound like old farts. I know I am. There's one thing that drives me up the fucking wall, and it's the fact that you don't spend time like most people because of life. I'm not saying it's people's fault, but I'm saying like people don't take time to go to a store, pick out a gift, think of the other person, think of a gift, wrap it themselves, and then take it. Now everything is Amazon, delivered this next day. It already comes with a gift bag. You don't have to think about anything. You just buy whatever the fuck you want. It's like, no, you don't take the time to spend time to think of every single gift for every single person, and go to the different stores, because there were different stores. Like, let's say, for example, you're trying to buy like a nice hammer, or I don't know, something with like tools, and it's like, okay, you have to go to Home Depot. And if you want to buy like dolls, okay, you have to go to Walmart. And if you want to have like, so it was different things for different people.
You know, I think that's a funny thing because now that you mentioned that, my wife, right? Yes, I'm married now. Anyways, when
Merry Christmas.
when we started dating, I remember like one of the things was the first Christmas was like she was asking me how she was gonna put together the gifts, and she's like, I'm just gonna buy bags and put them inside the bags, and I'm like, no, that's not the way. And she's like, yeah, because in the bags you can put them in there, and then later on, you know, they can reuse it or something. And I'm like, I get what you're trying to say, but there is something so special about you wrapping it, like me wrapping it, even if you're gonna tear it apart. The thought of like me putting time to wrap it for you, it means so much more than just putting it, throw it inside a bag and just give it to someone. Yeah. Like for a birthday gift, maybe for like a baby shower that they do nowadays, and the baby shower gender reveals, all these things stupid that they do shit now. And I don't think it's stupid. I just think it's
I think it's fucking stupid.
I just think it's like sometimes it's a little too much, but whatever. Anyways, it's fine throwing it back, but like the Christmas time, and I think also like old
yeah, too, I'm telling you,
it's so much more meaningful when it's wrapped, because that person generally took time out of their day to wrap a gift for you. And it's like, man, they not only went to pick out a gift for me, even if they bought it on Amazon, whatever, but they also took time to find the perfect wrap it well. Sometimes it's not wrapped very well, but that's fine. That's part of it.
That's
part of the charm. Exactly.
Yeah, like with my mom, even in Christmas, like to this day, like I sit with my mom and we go, okay, we're gonna okay, how do you do it? And you have a certain dimensions, and you have the certain amount of paper. And sometimes if you have leftover paper, you put it a little bit and then you wrap around it. Bro, I love it.
You tweak it.
You
fucked it up, so you gotta tweak it.
Correct. and don't use too much tape, and make sure it's the right paper, because I've done it with where my dumbass put two papers that were not like one to each other, so it looks horrible.
Or like the tape inside so you can't see it, or the tape a little bit outside.
It's a whole thing. And the fact that you could sit with someone and be like, hey, okay, we're gonna wrap these up, and then you start going and pop, hey, how do you think I did it? And with a little sticker on top of it. Bro, I think it's awesome. I think it's beautiful. And also that gift of seeing somebody just, or the feeling of tearing it up, or just being like,
it's also because we grew up like unpacking our gifts. I think that also plays a big role for us, because when we were kids, we would be like, unwrap it, and like that unwrapping moment where like you see like what you were looking for, like a Nintendo or a PlayStation, and so you're like, exactly that moment, you're like, yes, Merry Christmas. Yeah. As a kid, there was not a more joyful moment than like opening that shit up and be like, yeah.
That reminds me of that video of the kid that opens like the very first Nintendo, like the NES, that like he goes, a Nintendo, and you're like, yes, kid, it's a Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's something that I want to pass down to my children whenever I have them, because I want them to be able to like wrap it, like just make a mess. Make a mess. I don't care. Just open all your gifts and make a mess. Leave me a mess. I'll fix it. But like that is a moment for me that is like, that hits my head like perfect. That was like amazing. That's the moment that I've been waiting for the whole entire year. Yeah. For people to go crazy opening and just leave the wrapper there. I don't care.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. But it's the joy of doing all of it. Yeah. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time that you actually spent like time with your whole family, of like Christmas together, opening gifts, doing the whole thing?
It's been a very, very long time. I usually just swing by and drop off the gifts for my mom, my stepdad, or my dad, and we just kind of drop it off and just hope that sometimes I stay, with them, obviously I stay there for them to open it, but it's not like let's spend the whole entire night with music, drinking. And obviously one thing that also makes me feel very nostalgic is, as we're getting older, they cannot be drinking as much as they used to, because they take pills or something. So it's not the same. It doesn't hit the same, because it's not like they can get blind drunk, and like my mom is like in bed asking me for like a Gatorade or something. It's like, bring me a Gatorade. Vaya a la tiendita y traiga un Gatorade. and you just run to like the corner store.
The CVS. And
Yeah, well, in Colombia,
oh,
like
in Colombia would have
tienditas,
been, yeah, in
las
Colombia would
tienditas.
have been like right down there, yeah.
And you buy like un Gatorade and bring it back with like fresh
And some
baked
bread and
bread, exactly. And then my mom used to be like drinking the Gatorade, like. Well, I'm just there eating my pancito. But like, yeah,
like,
like
a good little boy.
yeah, like those times they just don't come up anymore.
Yeah. Like for me, it was, I believe 2014 or 2015, but it was because my two little cousins, it was their first, like we all made an effort to go, to have them experience what a real Christmas is.
Okay. They were born here?
They were born there. So,
Colombia, okay.
so yeah, but since a lot of us were here, we're like, no, guys, like let's make an effort to go to Colombia. Everybody go. Everybody, stay together. Like whatever. It was a mission. It was a mission. But at the end of the day, that is as much of a core memory to them that it is to me, because it was the last time that my grandmother had or has, I don't know, pesebre. I don't know how to say it in English.
El pesebre.
El pesebre. That it was, first of all, it was half a room wide. And it would just go, it was like a giant mountain, and it would go all the way down. And it had goats and cows and ducks and, a bunch of things that, and the pesebre in the middle. All of us, because we were 7 cousins, we all like sat together and we're like, okay, you're going to put the cows, you're going to put the this, you're going to put the that, and then me, my dumbass would put like a dinosaur somewhere until my grandma would yell at me. But yeah, like I would love to, like with my cousins, I love the fact that we had to like multitask and all like divide ourselves to accomplish that task of putting the goats here, putting the things there, putting the sun. My grandma would put the sun because it was like a giant ornament, and she would put the sun. So like we would all put it together, and all of us had to participate. And I love that. The fact that all of us cousins got to sit around, watch movies, play games, like play with each other's toys.
I hated when people played with my toys.
I know you did.
I couldn't
I
stand
know you
it.
fucking did. Yeah, I know you fucking
I was like,
did.
don't touch my Max Steel. I was like, don't touch my Max Steel.
Spider-Man is mine. No, like with my family, we were like, okay.
Did I ever tell you that before I moved to this country, I broke all my toys?
What the fuck, are you a sociopath or something?
Bro, I did not want anybody to have my toys. And before we moved to this country, I grabbed all of them and I was like, "Rah!"
What the
and I broke
fuck?
every single one of them.
Oh, no. Now you're scaring
I
me.
painted all of them. I just grabbed the hammer and just... Rah! Since I'm an only child, I just got a lot of toys. I had so many toys and they were all mine. I got like a giant bag of my toys and I would just open it and play with them and just do stuff with my toys.
That's some sociopath shit, bro.
And then it was like, no one's gonna have them anymore.
He grabbed the Max Steel and just...
Yes, I decapitated half of my mask. I think I had like 7 Max Steels. Yeah, dude, I had so many Max Steels. I even had some that like, there was, I think it was like an Archer one, like you couldn't even move the hand. It was just because it was like more like locked. So it was just be like ready to like reload or some shit like that. I had like a transparent one. I had one that was.
I had the transparent one. Yeah, and the villain was the guy that kind of looked like the guy from G.I. Joe, the crimson looking head,
But I only had the Max Steels, like
the
Max
chrome
Steels.
looking head.
Yeah. I had a Max Steel that was like a climber. I think I had one that was like the submarine one that had like a black suit.
Yeah,
dude, I had so many Max Steels because my aunt would send it to me from here. So I love Max Steel and had them there. And I remember like my neighbor had Barbies. So like when she would play with Barbies, I was like, I'm not gonna be a Ken. I'm not gonna be a bitch like that. I'm gonna be a Max
Steel.
So I'll bring my Max Steel because he look all rugged and shit,
fucking buff, and just ready to go. Yeah.
So we'll play Barbies, and I had my Max Steel. I was not a good child. Well, not that I wasn't a good child. I was just, I wasn't troubled either. I was just bad. Like I remember a Christmas in Pereira, and I think I told you the story, but to you friends, when I was little in Colombia, well, in a lot of places in the country and in different countries, when you decorate, you put your lights, your Christmas lights across your house or outside in your windows. And little Daniel had the bright idea. This is terrible.
Oh, Jesus.
I went house by house and I started like popping the lights.
Oh,
I'll be like stepping on them and like grabbing little rocks and like breaking. And I did that for like 2 blocks with my cousin.
Oh
And
Wait, with Alex?
no,
Oh.
with another cousin of mine, who's my same age. She actually lives here in Tampa, whatever. I just went around with like a little rug and I started popping because I guess I liked how the light popped. And just and like people found out that it was me and her, and they came to my grandma's house, and they're like, it was like typical like movie. It was like a bunch of people like rioting outside my grandma's house, like, what the fuck? And my grandma just turns around like,
With pitchforks and fires and get them out here now.
yeah. Give him to us. And my grandma was like, you guys are fucking dead. Yeah, so my grandma ended up having to pay, I don't know, I think my mom also did. I don't know. It was like a whole big mess. And then it was like, But it was a childhood, you know. This is the moment that I get to tell you guys or tell you a story like that. That is like, damn, that guy was fucked up when he was a kid.
But
and
hey,
like,
listen, we're all fucked up a little bit. Yeah, if you haven't done stupid shit like that, either you had helicopter parents who never let you do anything, or you fucking suck. We all did something. My dad almost killed one of his cousins trying to play fucking Superman, and he almost threw him out of a balcony with a shit around his neck that he was going to hold him onto. So he almost decapitated his cousin.
You know, that's how you grow up, right? That's what the things that you kind of go through. And like I said, those are the stories that now I'm nostalgic about, right? Because, you know, we lose people along the way.
Yes.
And, you know, not just family members and friends and stuff like that. You know, we lose people. You know, sometimes some of us have lost parents. And we lose that moment of, we're never going to spend another Christmas with them. We're never going to spend another birthday with them. And so for me, Christmas is also a time to remember and to cherish the fact that family exists. And family is very important. And, you know, this country kind of separates you a little bit. Or not the country. I wouldn't say just the country. I think it's life.
It's the circumstances around this
life
country.
And the fact that you have to always be working, try to make means. So, you know, it creates a significant separation. But all in all, you know, I love Christmas. It's still one of my favorite times of the year. And can't wait to open some gifts and wrap some gifts for my family and enjoy the time.
Well, with that note, where can they find you, brother?
They can find me as Dan Valder on social media and on PSN as well if you guys ever want to play with us.
For me, it's Juan Fe Sierra or Juan Fe Sierra Cortez. In PSN, I'm Juan Fe Sierra Co. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. We love you. Thank you so much. Like, share your experiences. If you don't celebrate Christmas the way that you celebrate, like, what do you celebrate and how do you celebrate it? Because, you know, we have different countries with different nationalities and different, you know, ethnic and religious, you know, views and backgrounds. So please let us know how you celebrate and what kind of, you know, things you do and you remember doing and what kind of dumb things you remember doing.
See you guys every other Monday. And I think we might have one more episode before this year ends. So with that, we'll let you guys go and enjoy your holidays, enjoy your Christmas. I hope you guys get a lot of gifts.
Ho, ho, ho.
Peace.